Our panel right now, Nicole Blank Becker is a former prosecutor who served as chief of the sex crimes unit and is now a criminal defense attorney known for representing singer R. Kelly. And Claudia Colon is an attorney and jury consultant. Great to have both of you here. Claudia, I want to start with you. What do you make of having one juror already write to the judge overnight after being winnowed down and making it to the final pool and saying, I want out, I'm concerned about my personal well-being?
Yes, it's not entirely surprising. This is such a high-profile case, as you said. The topic of the case is also kind of a difficult subject for people. The fact that they're showing up in court and they're walking in and they're walking by the press, they're seeing Diddy himself in the courtroom when they're going through the voir dire process, it's not entirely surprising that people would want to bow out. And we see this with all types of cases, not always, these high-profile cases. It's different when it starts whittling down and you get closer to maybe being potentially on that panel. People
would have
really
thought by now she would have said something, but to come up with it that late is a little unusual. I don't know. In all the cases I've covered, I've never seen it quite at this end stage. Nicole, the judge today postponed that final winnowing now until early Monday morning, right before opening arguments. He doesn't want more jurors getting cold feet. Is that uncommon?
It is not uncommon. Oftentimes when you have too many days in between either voir dire, which is the picking of the jury, or when you have too many days when in between a trial, the days, you lose people. People come up with excuses or ideas, or they have other plans. So this wasn't unusual at all.
All right, Claudia, you say both the prosecution and the defense will spend the weekend determining exactly who they want to strike from the jury. The prosecution gets to strike 6. Mm-hmm. The defense gets to strike 10. What are each side looking for? What are they looking for?
They are going to know very well what they're looking for by this point. And actually, the fact that they have an extra weekend now to keep finessing who they're going to strike and who they're going to strike.
They've done their homework. They know everything about these people.
Yes, they do. And so the defense is likely going to look for people who are more analytical. They're going to want to stay away from people who are more empathetic. So they're going to look at their careers. They're going to go for people who maybe are engineers or maybe are in the sciences or are more, like finance, that kind of thing. Because those people are going to look at the evidence and they're going to want concrete evidence that there was consent or there wasn't consent. And that's why they will look for those people. They'll be more analytical. Plaintiff side, the government is going to obviously look for more empaths. They're going to want caretakers. They're going to want social workers, people who you're going to be more ruled by their emotions of the things that they're going to see at trial today. There's definitely going to be, probably they're going to want women on their
women
jury.
can cut both ways, actually.
They can, yeah. And that's something that they will have a better idea because they have done their research, as you said.
Super quick, Claudia, before I get back to Nicole. What do they do? I mean, in terms of the homework they've done on each of these jurors, just tell a little bit about the research, the delving into social media. I mean, what kind of work is this defense team doing and the prosecutors on these jurors?
Yeah, so they probably started by testing the case over, a group of people to see how people reacted to the themes. And from that, they probably built a profile. They're using that to see what kind of characteristics people will have that are beneficial or that are harmful. In terms of how to learn about these jurors, they're going on social media, as you said. They're looking through years as much as they need to. Yes, they're digging very deep to see, how they're posting about things that are related to the case, about, things that are related to the topics at issue.
All right. Nicole, jurors have been asked so many questions about sex, whether or not they've ever been sexually abused, whether or not they've been sexually assaulted. One juror was excused after she said she might faint or black out if she had to see images or hear about sexually explicit situations. There's a lot that they're going to learn about in this trial that is very lurid.
That's so true. But unfortunately, in the world I live in, which is all we do is sex crimes, this is super common. Now, for average people and people, you don't get to see usually that nitty gritty like this if you're watching a TV show. But you are absolutely correct. One of the biggest questions has always got to be is, have you or a family member or someone been a victim of sexual abuse? Because that is very important for the defense to know, especially in trying to come up with this fair and impartial jury.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.